Hi, do you like reading? Me too. My name's Rachel, and this is my reading room. Come on in. Well, Halloween has just passed, but I just found this amazing book, so I really want to read it. Do you want to read it? It's called Miss Smith and the Haunted Library. What's that? Oh, it's okay that it's haunted. It's just a book, Baba. Baba's a little worried because of the word haunted, but we're going to show him it's okay. Come on, let's read. Miss Smith and the Haunted Library, written and illustrated by Michael Garland. Zach stared out of the classroom window at the dreary fall morning as he waited for his favorite teacher to arrive. Suddenly, Miss Smith burst through the door. "Good morning, class! We're going to visit the library today. There is someone special who I want you to meet." Zach smiled when Miss Smith picked up the incredible storybook before heading out the door. The library was right down the block from school. Zach warily eyed the dark stone building as they walked single file up the sidewalk. The creaky doors swung open and they tiptoed inside. "Class," Miss Smith said, "this is our librarian, Virginia Creeper." Zach stared in shock. Blue hair, pale skin, deep dark eyes. He hadn't been expecting this. "Hello," Miss Creeper said in a high-pitched, squeaky voice. "How can I help you today?" "This is the season for spooky stories. Do you have any suggestions?" Miss Smith asked. "Oh, yes," the librarian replied. "Quite a few. I might find some of them in your incredible storybook." Miss Smith handed the book to Virginia Creeper. The librarian opened it and said, "I'll just read a little from my favorite scary stories." Miss Creeper began to read about a dark haunted wood. Zach shivered. Then, with a thunder of hooves, the headless horseman leaped out of the book. The children's mouth hung open in disbelief. Virginia Creeper started reading again, and the Hound of Bakervilles pounced from the book. More reading added the clinking and rattling of change as Marley's ghost appeared. New stories brought out the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Frankenstein, and Count Dracula. The class started to cling to Miss Smith. The great black horse snorted and stomped his hooves. Frankenstein groaned, but Virginia Creeper just kept on reading as a flock of ghosts flew from the book. When Captain Hook and the Wicked Witch of the West entered the room, Zach wondered if he should run out the door. The scary creatures were crowding the room, but that didn't stop Virginia Creeper from reading. Rumpelstiltskin, the Queen of Hearts, and the Big Bad Wolf squeezed in among the others. Zach looked up and saw the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk bump his head on the ceiling. Next, the room was filled with eerie sounds of whiffling and burbling. Virginia Creeper read on as the flaming-eyed Jabberwocky arrived in a puff of smoke. Then the strangest thing happened. Virginia Creeper stopped reading and started to pass out cookies and apple cider to the children and the characters. The mood changed. To Zach's amazement, a party started. All the creatures seemed happy to be at the library. The headless horseman gave horsey rides, and the kids lined up. Someone brought out a ball and played fetch with the Hound of Bakersville. Dracula told jokes. The giant gently picked up some of the kids and lifted them high in the air. Everyone was enjoying the fun. The characters didn't seem so scary now. Virginia Creeper's happy smile suddenly changed to a worried frown when she looked out the window and saw the seniors' book club coming up the walk. Oh my! said Miss Creeper. "I almost forgot. It's time for the book club." "They can't see this. It will give the seniors such a fright." "Go and tidy up while I stall them at the door," the librarian told Miss Smith. Virginia Creeper blocked the impatient readers from entering while Miss Smith ran around in a tizzy. She picked up overturned chairs and straightened the bookshelves. Outside, the seniors were getting grouchy, but inside, the kids and the characters had become too silly to notice. "Can I help?" Zach asked Miss Smith. She handed the incredible storybook to Zach. "Remember," Miss Smith said, "we have to finish each story so that the characters will go back in the book. Read the last page of each tale while I deal with this mess." Zach opened up the book and quickly finished all the stories. One by one, the characters went back into the incredible storybook. The puzzled book club burst into the room just as Zach finished the last page. "Okay, class, it's time to check out your books," Miss Smith said. She guided the class toward the big front desk. Everyone thanked Virginia Creeper before marching down the library steps and heading back to school. With borrowed books under their arms, the children were looking forward to reading more about all the characters they had just met. Zach smiled and wondered what they would read tomorrow. Wow, that book is just as great as it sounded! And it wasn't scary after all, but it was great. I hope you join me again next time here at Read Along with Rachel. Baba, you weren't so scared, were you? No. Bye!